yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we back, baby. I had some unexpected things happen yesterday, so I couldn't get on, but you know how it go. The Lions, they hired their new OC, Petzing. I made a track yesterday. You know why I got this track playing? Anybody put it in the comment section. Why you think I got this track playing? Lions fans doing what they do best, trying to cope. But we'll see in September. I was saying, and I'm kind of buzzed, cause this is how they do it. You and me didn't know who this dude was. This is how they do it. The Lions always do what you don't expect. How they do it. We was all saying, who the heck is John Pet? Yo. So I heard that he was in Ben Johnson's wedding, and that's why he got the job. Lions fans trying to cope real hard, but he had Trey McBride, and he had a hurt offensive line. But it's okay, cause we gon' see, and we gon' see if he is him. Yo, I can't with Lions fans. They always trying to cope, trying to say that he the man. But wait, Derek, look who he was working with. I don't want to hear that. You thought I was going to say it, but I didn't. I don't use profanity. You never heard me. Lions fans do what they do best. Instead of saying, what the heck? We had a whole bunch of choices, but this is how we do it. We got Mr. Clean, but this is how we do it. We better get to the Super Bowl, it's not a thing. This is how they do it. The Lions always get who you don't know. This is how they do it. Wait a minute, I like to hear, but this is how they do it. Oh, the Ben Johnson comparisons, this is how they do it. But wait a minute, nobody knew who Ben Johnson was, but this is how they do it. Oh man, we try to cope. This is how they do it. Wait a minute. Go watch some games. Don't be so emotional, man. Lions fans do what they do best. That's why we don't win nothing. Cause we just settle. We take everything at face value. We don't push back. But guess what? I'ma do it for you. So don't worry. Yeah. You know what? This is how they do it. We didn't know who he was, but this is how they do it. I can't wait till September, cause this is how they do it. I do what I do best. This is how they do it. The Lions got Ben Johnson's best man. They got the second best thing. This is funny. Wait a minute. I thought his name was Mr. Clean. Oh, I'm too good at what I do. But this is how they do it. I can't wait till September. How about you? Mr. Clean. Yo, I'm about to go buy some Mr. Clean stuff. How they do it. I got some Mr. Clean stuff. How they do it. Yo, what up, though? What's up, everybody? Welcome to Spike Kool-Aid for, what day is it? What day is it, bro? I said, whoa, hi. Which one of y'all? Oh. Let me take these headphones. Let me take the headphones off, bro. Oh, Lord. Listen, yesterday I got to apologize, man. I was caught up. We got the news that Mr. Clean was going to be our OC. Listen, I'm seeing it already, bro. I'm seeing it already. Lions fans, they trying to cope. Now, let me be very clear about something, ladies and gentlemen. It ain't my job to pick the right OC. It's my job to do exactly what I'm doing now. If you want to call that an overreaction, you go right ahead. We be killing, bro. It's, you know what? What happened to the fan? What happened to the fan, man? Fan is about overreacting. Fan is about being emotional. Everybody wants to be an analyst now. Everybody wants to sit at a desk and be a talking head and just, there's no more emotion. Oh, this was such a great hire. I have seen the craziest thing. There's a guy, right, who makes YouTube content, okay? I ain't gonna say no names. But there's a guy that makes YouTube content. And I stumbled across this video, right? I didn't watch it because I'm not going to do that. But I stumbled across this video. And he was saying that this was the right hire. And I was thinking about this, the same dude that last year was talking about pass rush by committee was going to work. And he was wrong about that. Now, this is not about being right or wrong. This is about having a response. I want you to understand something. This is about the response of hiring Drew Petzing. Everybody, so I have seen, okay, so in the 24 hours since we've hired this man, I have seen the emotional reactions, and then the ones that try to be more logical. Well, I mean, it's always something. We're trying to rationalize something. Well, he had Trey McBride, and look, Trey McBride just came alive, and imagine what he's going to do with Sam Laporta. And he's so good with the run game, and imagine what he's going to do with Jahmyr Gibbs and blah, blah, blah. No, that's not it, okay? At all, man. And the bottom line is, whether he was right or wrong, whether it was Mike McDaniels or David Blau, it cannot be wrong. That is the point. So you know what? As a fan who doesn't know the inner workings of this team, I don't care if I'm wrong. This is exactly how I'm supposed to react and overreact. The same thing. For a team that's never been to the Super Bowl, you guys sure will take anything handed to you. It doesn't matter. Here's poop on the platter. Here it go. You know what? This is what I was going to say yesterday. I know a lot of people, this man did some disgusting things, but as an 80s baby, The Cosby Show was a huge part of my life. And I still watch clips of it today. I would love if it was on DVD. You know what I'm saying? I can separate the man from the monster. You know what I'm saying? I can separate because The Cosby Show was such a big part of my life growing up, right? But it's an episode near the end of the series where Vanessa brings her fiance home. And Bill Cosby, none of the family likes him. They don't like him at all. They can't stand this man. His name is Dabness. They cannot stand him. And what do? They invite him to dinner. And Bill Cosby explains to him, or I should say, not Bill Cosby, Cliff Huxtable, why they are feeling some type of way. And he has the perfect illustration. He says, let's take your favorite food. You got a nice sauteed steak. You got some mushrooms, some mashed potatoes, and some broccoli. Okay? You put it it's served to you on a garbage can lid. That's how Vanessa brought you home, on a garbage can lid. That is who Drew is. Drew has been served to us on a garbage can lid. The fact that Lions fans, they make excuses for everything, bro. They make excuses, and I'm not going to do that. Drew has to work. If he doesn't, then Dan Campbell should be fired. That's it. So we're going to have some conversations today, but we are going to, let's talk about the first thing, man. Let me shout everybody in the chat. Pepper, Tim, we Tree, Sergey, Lori, Aaron, great one. What's up? A lot of members from out of the channel, man. The Fresh Prince of Detroit. Lions Loyal One Prize says, I get waiting to see what he can do, but this hire outright makes me upset. I really don't think he's going to be the guy, but I pray he proves me wrong. And you know what, bro? That's the point. That's the point. This is what I sometimes, I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I think about, like, man, how far that this space has fallen. And I keep bringing that up a lot because I'm 46 years old. I've been doing YouTube since 2018. I've been doing it in this manner for the last 4 years. And to see what this space became, you know what I'm saying? It is so much fluff, man. It's ridiculous. There's no more fan reactions. Bro. We reacted yesterday exactly how we were supposed to react. This guy came from a losing team with a losing record, right? He has used a quarterback that is not our quarterback. His strength is running the football in 13 personnel. So what? We don't even have three. Look, right now, we don't even got one tight end. So we going to run a bunch of 3 tight end sets. Okay. So who's the running back? Going to be Jahmyr Gibbs? Okay, 1 wide receiver. Who we running? Right? Who's the 1 wide receiver? St. Brown, 3 tight ends. Okay, so let me see what you can do. So every fan should have had the same. You know how Dan Campbell brought us? He brought Drew here on a garbage can lid, bro. From a garbage team, no presentation. The presentation is everything. And then you start, so we reacted emotionally. We reacted, and you could say we overreacted. I don't think I've overreacted. At all. Braylon with the super chat. Appreciate you, bro. Says week 5 of the NFL 2026 season will be the assessment for Dave Petzing personally. You know what, Braylon? And that's fair, bro. That's fair. This guy could turn out to be the next Ben Johnson. I mean, after all, he was allegedly the best man in his wedding. I'm like, dog, that's what we doing now? We just going to get best men? Like, so that's fair. That's fair. If you want to critique him now, if you don't believe him, that's fair. If you want to wait, that's fair. Any way you want to take it is fair. But what I don't like is now everything is great. Everything is great, bro. I have sat here and I have watched this team and I have made predictions about this team and I have been right. I don't want to be right, but I have been right. I was right about Marcus Davenport. I was right about not taking a pass rusher. I was right about Ahmed Hassanin. I was right a lot. I was wrong about Tim Patrick. I was wrong about DJ Reader. Those are probably the biggest two misses that I've had. I have receipts. You can go watch any video on Marcus Davenport, and it's scary how accurate I was in my prediction. It is absolutely frightening. If you play the lottery, you probably will want to ask me what the numbers are going to be. I have never done anything for clicks, views, or to be liked, bro. And this is a hire that is baffling. It really is. A lot of this, I enjoy the fact that Howie Roseman comes out and talks to fans like he should. He don't talk to us like, listen, we are fans. You know, all we get from Brad Holmes is we understand. I can understand how the fans feel like that because they don't see what's really going on. Well, give us something, Brad. Give us something. And you don't do none of that, do you? 1021 in the building. What's up? Fresh and Fly says they wanted an OC that would be around for some years, but a good team to prepare. Hold on. I'll be right back. Oh, that's why. Man, I'm sitting right under a vent and all the air. I'm like, man, why am I so hot? I haven't seen one person saying anything is great. Everybody on the same page. Hey, 1021, that's not true, bro. That's not true. It's a couple guys that have, after they slept on it, they had a different reaction. There's a guy in particular that pretty much everything that I say, he says the opposite. And that's done on purpose. So it's out there. And it's out there. Okay. All right. So Fresh and Fly says they wanted an OC that would be around for some years, but the good teams prepare to lose coordinators every year, and they have their replacement waiting. Just hope there's more than one Super Bowl on the way. What's up, Volca? No, you don't got to apologize. We need dogs, not puppies. Derek, the offense will be just fine. It's our defense. We suck on defense. Without that, we will never win. Steve, that's a great statement, and that's actually a really, really big deal. Okay, you said our offense will be fine. Will it be fine? Has this guy ever been in the top five? Has he ever been an OC to a top five offense? Now, the argument is going to be the weapons. That's going to be the argument. So I'm like, okay, so we don't have any visual proof that that's going to be the case. The same way that I'm reacting like, here's the deal. I am baffled by this. I am baffled by this because I'm baffled and also slightly impressed. I'm going to tell you why I'm impressed. Because there's not a lot of guys that stand on business. It's not, bro. In a YouTube game and in real life, people will go with the wind. And they will let other people affect their decisions. And Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes could have done the same thing. As a man, I respect that. I respect being a man and saying, yo, I'm going to go down the way I'm going down, right? You ever seen the movie Scarface? Scarface was a chump by the time that the movie was over, but the dude went out the way he wanted to. And I respect that as a man. In a world of like koi fish, I respect being a piranha, bro, because it's not a lot of those left. It's like men who stand up and stand on business are an endangered species, 100%. So I am slightly impressed by that. But as a Lions fan who wants to win Super Bowls, I'm not thrilled about this. This is not a hire that gets me excited. And I am baffled by it because this is who you chose with 2 years remaining. See, I don't think a lot of people understand. This is not let's get right into it. So the Lions hired a new offensive coordinator yesterday, Drew Petzing. a guy that was on zero people's radar in 2025. Now, allegedly, he interviewed for the Bears head coaching job last year, and he lost it to what reports are saying was his best man, or he was in the guy's wedding, Ben Johnson. Is that why we hired him? Okay. But the Detroit Lions, they hired Drew. And from what off the top, just surface level, it's baffling. It's a baffling move. It is something that needs to be considered. If this is the wrong move, Dan Campbell now has joined Brad Holmes in the unemployment line. Now, you could be a little more lenient than I am and say, well, Aaron, what's the dude's name? Anthony Land, you give him a pass. See, that's what happens. You give people passes. So you give Anthony Land, his privileges to call plays were revoked halfway through the season, not even half. He lost his privileges early than John Morton, who has a job, by the way, which is insane. He went back to Denver. He is back on the Denver staff as we speak. So now you fast forward to John Morton from Anthony Land. Okay? Also a failure. I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt, and I really, truly did. But there's a guy in the middle of that I didn't say. His name is Ben Johnson. And you know what is so intriguing to me is we want to credit Dan Campbell with Ben Johnson. And you can credit him for noticing the talent, taking a risk. But I hear, well, nobody knew who Ben Johnson was before Dan Campbell made him an OC. Very true. Very true. It's two things that stand out to me. One, quiet as it's kept, Dan Campbell did not hire Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson was a Matt Patricia holdover. So what is that saying? Is that more on Matt Patricia or more on Dan Campbell? So is Dan Campbell really supposed to take all this credit because he saw this guy who has all these capabilities and he decided to take a chance on him? That brings me to my second point of taking a chance. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have time for chances. Unless the Detroit Lions plan to extend both Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell in the near future, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell, specifically Dan Campbell, you took a risk with a guy that was on nobody's radar in 2025, and you attached your future to a guy that nobody was looking for. That is a very bold statement. But I tell you what, it's also right up what Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes do. It now gives me thought that we will not see any drastic changes in the offseason. We will not see any drastic changes in the draft. And because of that, as we approach 2026 and the kickoff, if these guys don't get extended, that tells me that Sheila is waiting to see, as are we. And if they don't bring us a Super Bowl in the next 2 years, that like for me, I need bare minimum a Super Bowl appearance for me to even think about extending you. I need a bare minimum of a Super Bowl appearance. The only way I don't extend you or I extend you without a Super Bowl appearance is if you are in the NFC Championship game and it's 5 seconds left. You are up by 2 points. You got a safety to go up 2 points. You get the free kick. You go 3 and out. You kick it. Now it's 5 seconds or 4 seconds left. No, we can do 5. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. You're up 2 points. A field goal would beat you. And you have a 70-yard field goal beat you. You can't do nothing about that. You lose like that in the NFC Championship game, I give you another chance. Because that was something freakishly rare. Other than that, you got 2 years. I give Brad and Dan their whole contract. And in that contract, you need to get to a Super Bowl. You're not hearing Ben Johnson work with Dan in Miami. When did that happen? He was also hired by Ben Johnson. I'm sorry. He was hired by Matt Patricia. So even so. So if you worked with him there, okay, cool. So nobody knew who he was. Did you know who Ben Johnson was in Miami? Nobody knew. So we're using that same logic with this guy here. That Drew, nobody knew who he was. He's got the weapons, all this other stuff. Okay, fine. What do you expect out of this? Well, no matter what happened, you can't get this wrong. So if Drew is the right choice, fine. If it wasn't Mike, fine. If it was David Blau, fine. You don't have time to find out. You have 2 years left. So do you think that this was the right hire? It ain't really for us to know or think. I mean, we can think whatever we want to think. We're not in charge of the team. We don't make the decision. We do exactly what we're supposed to do, which is fan react. But the bottom line is you have to win. They have to win with Drew. They had to win with whoever they hire. It doesn't matter from Mike McDaniel to Drew Petzing to David Blau to Arthur Smith to the guy from the Seahawks. Whoever it was, they have 2 years to win. I just don't understand why you attach yourself to this guy. That's like me attaching my, I don't know why you would do that. So let me know what you think. What you think. Do you think that there's any consequence to this hire? Or are you just like, okay, well, no matter what happens, this is the guy they chose and we're going to support it. So let me know. Let me see. Would Ben Johnson, let me see. What would Ben Johnson be? Would Ben Johnson be what he is without the Detroit Lions and MCDC? I think not. You know what else I was thinking too? And tell me if I'm missing something. So Ben Johnson, I'm thinking about how Ben Johnson did disappoint. He didn't disappoint. I can't stand the dude. I don't like him, okay? I was telling my wife the other day, I was like, you know how people have like two different sides to them. And I think that Ben Johnson, there's a lot of reasons I call him a snake. Of course, I don't know the man. I never met him, but I'm just going by, and this is all, people make those same judgments about me. It's not fair. It's not fair at all, but it's just how I feel. I think that Ben Johnson had like his true self, and the reason I call him a snake even more is his true self was not what we saw. This guy in Chicago is a chump. He is a chump, bro. From the way he talks to people, to the way he looks at people, to the way he interacts with people, this dude is a sucker, bro. Like, real talk. I'm like, oh, so he was putting on a show here. He was suppressing his true self. And once he became a head coach, it all came out. I'm like, but Ben Johnson did not disappoint. He was the hottest coaching candidate for 3 seasons. His first year, he takes his team to a division title. It took us 2 years to do that. He takes his team to a division title and to the divisional round, he was an overtime kick away from going to the NFC Championship game. I don't think they would have beat Seattle. I just don't believe that. You saw what happened. It was a miracle play every single week that kept them going. And we knew they would run out of steam eventually. And they ran against Matthew Stafford. They're going to go whoever. Seattle is a buzzsaw, and it's going to be hard to beat them. You see what they did to San Francisco. And I think they're going to do something similar to the Rams. And the Rams are in their division, so it might be a little tougher fight. But Ben Johnson lived up to expectations. Why should we be excited about a guy that was served on a garbage can lid? Why should we be? Can somebody put in the comment section, why should we be excited? They worked together in 2012, and true, he may have been there with Matt Patricia, but don't coaches usually clean out and hire their staff when they get hired? So that means Ben and him still had to be connected. See, 10, I don't know. I don't know if he retained. I mean, he had to retain him because, yeah, he could have cleaned him out. So, yeah, I mean, you got a valid point that he wasn't, but he was under, you would think that he would clean them out completely. You know what I'm saying? But he took a chance on Ben, and Ben was our offense. Lions fans were focusing too much on, look at the NFC landscape. We're doomed regardless unless we inject talent into the defense. That's what I was going to say too, is, and I said this yesterday on Lion Syndicate, the defense has to step up, because if the offense takes a step back, the offense has been why we've been where we are. From 15-2 to 12-5 to 9-8, the offense have been keeping us in games and winning games for us. How many comebacks did we have in 2023? How many that was the comeback? We came back against the Texans last year or 2 years ago. So many comebacks that we had, the last minute drives, the games that we thought were over. It got so bad or so good that I was sitting here and I would never count the Lions out. Like, it could be 1 minute and they had to go, and you're like, you know what? I think they're going to score. And most of the time they did. So now with an offense, like, our offense has not really been the problem. But if it regresses, then I think, and we don't do anything on the defense, that we are in trouble. I don't see how Lions outbid the Giants for Tyler. We need more defense anyway, though. Donkey Kong says, we have been the first pick in the draft. Wait, we will have the first pick in the draft next year. Should definitely draft a quarterback. Okay. What are we doing? That's just out in left field, bro. Good defense literally would have made the playoffs. Yeah, 10. Hey, D, are you taking voicemails today? Whether checking them or taking, did you leave one already? I was thinking about it. How were we able to put a 60 burger on Chicago early? I think because it was early. Steve says, Derek, if Johnny Mo had us dropping 30 a game and sucked, I'm sure Drew will do much better. He's much younger and more experienced as OC. He's going to in his fourth year. All possibilities. We spent all this money on keeping our best players around in hopes for a Super Bowl, and now that looks stupid. Rebuilding time is over. We're going to want to trade, and I can't blame them. Derek, Giants want really? Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. But you know what? It doesn't matter. Brad wasn't going to do it anyway. Let me change the date. I forgot about that, bro. Did he say that publicly? Did John say that publicly? Yo, I was just watching his press conference too. Do you think Monty is leaving still? And do you think we will draft a running back? Dre, I'm going to say no. But I don't know. If we draft a running back, we better not. To be fair, Lions roster was in a lot worse shape than the Bears were when Ben took over versus Dan. I forgot about something. We got to do something dramatic. My boy, an Eagles fan, he talking about them trading Max for A.J. Brown. We can't allow that. Dang, I forgot it. You know what? It doesn't matter. Brad wasn't going to do it anyway. When I saw John standing up there, I was like, ooh. I was like, I think he might be the guy, man. I really do. I like the way he commanded the room, and it was almost like they were in awe of having him, man. That's crazy. I forgot about that. So what everybody's referring to is the fact that Tyler, the center for the Ravens, is a free agent this season. His old coach is now the new coach of the New York Giants. And with him being the top free agent center and one of the top free agents commanding about $72 million, he's probably going to go over there. So he would have to be, there's a couple things that could you have money, you also have winning. However, Tyler goes from security, like he knows everything about John. Does he try something new in Detroit? He has to learn this, the coaching. At least if you go somewhere new, you have like the head coach is your anchor point. I forgot it. But you know what? Like I said, man, Brad wasn't going to do it. He wasn't going to do it. John got y'all fooled. I think we're still trading Monty to gain either a high fourth round pick or a low third. I also think we trade back from 17 to get more picks. Brad needs more capital. Fresh and Fly, he could do that. Look, I'm still where I'm at on Monty. I am like, if he trades him, I'm done. Brad better make some splashes. He won't, 10. We're 2 years away, no matter how you look at it. Hey. What does that mean? Man, this is no fun, y'all. I just got the life sucked out of me. Like, this is no fun. Like, I was telling my wife, I was like, yo, this is the first time in 3 seasons that we've had nothing to do in January, that we're talking about the offseason. A year ago, we had just lost to the Commanders. 2 years ago, we were on our way to San Francisco. Like, think about that. 2 years ago, I think it was tomorrow was the game. And we were one of the final 4, man. It was the Ravens, Chiefs, Lions, and 49ers. The Ravens were the 1 seed, and we were the 3, and the Chiefs were the 1 seed. The 3 seed. And I'm just like, I'm thinking about the fact that it's January 20th. We're talking about, are we satisfied with the new OC? Brad got out there, and I don't know what to expect from him. I shouldn't expect anything different. And just like, where is the excitement? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the first season to me that I don't feel that. Do any of you feel that? Do you feel excited? Like, even though we lost we didn't go to the playoffs in 2022. It was an excitement with this team, man. It was 8-2 over the last 10. I mean, we were fighting everybody coming down to the wire. And then to put Aaron Rodgers out of, do you know that's the only time Matt LaFleur did not make the playoffs? Is when we put them out. That's the only year that Matt LaFleur, he can't seem to get past the 7th seed, but that's the only year he didn't make the playoffs was in 2022. I mean, like, everybody was talking about us in the offseason. In the 2023 offseason, everybody was talking about us. And now it's like we come out in 2025 and most of the media is like, we're not going to make the playoffs. And they were right. And we were trying to, oh, yes, we are, blah, blah, blah. We lost Ben Johnson. Oh, that's not going to hurt us too much. And on paper, it really didn't. But, you can overall say it. I don't know, man. It just feel like I just got the life sucked out of me, bro. Like, I had to take a moment to not make content. Lions have always gone against adversity. I believe in Drew. Hold on. Oh. Okay, hold on, guys. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Shoot. I have to, how long have we been on? For 33 minutes. Okay. I am going to have to wrap the show up, man. I forgot that something is let me see. Hold on. Let me see. I might be able to do it real quick. Okay. All right, I gotta get off, man, because it's something that I have to do today that I completely forgot to do, and I got to do that in the next like 20 minutes. So we'll be on tomorrow. Appreciate y'all. I'll see you soon.